We present to you another block of data visualization for dashboards created in Microsoft Excel. Two charts for visual comparative analysis of two key performance indicators. We create tables for input, setup, and processing of the source data. For the example, we will use HR key performance indicators. These are the employee engagement rate, EAR, and the employee satisfaction rate, ESR. The initial value for the first indicator, EAR, will be entered into cell B3 as a percentage of 55%. We will highlight this cell with a light blue fill for clarity. Accordingly, in cell A3, we use a formula to calculate the remainder from 100%. We will also need formulas to calculate the positions on the XY-axis of the chart's decorative roundings. Their positions will change accordingly as the chart changes around the circle. Therefore, we use sine and cosine calculation functions in the formulas. There will be a total of 2 roundings. One dynamic changes position along with changes in the chart, and the other static does not change its position on the XY coordinate axis under any conditions. Therefore, coordinates for the second circle do not require formulas. For now, let the static values for x be 0 and for y be 1. We create a pie chart based on the values in cells A3. We add another data series for the decoration of the chart. Now we need to select the second data series and change its chart type to scatter. We change the color of the sector to avoid merging identical colors. We set the minimum and maximum values for the horizontal and vertical axes of the scatter chart. We set the minimum and maximum values for the horizontal and vertical axes of the scatter chart. Now the roundings have found their respective positions on the grid of the combined chart. We remove all unnecessary elements. To make your visualizations stand out against your competitors, make them special. For example, the chart can be tilted slightly clockwise, about 30 degrees. As you can see, now we need to optimize the position of the circles, as under such conditions they have lost their respective positions on the pie chart. To do this, in cell A4 we add 1/12 of the 100% value from cell A3. After all, 30 degrees is 1/12 of 360. Accordingly, the sine and cosine formulas will now refer to cells A4 and B4. We will also correct the static coordinate values. We increase the sizes of the circles to the size of the sectors of the pie chart. We change colors and adjust the appearance of the chart. On a separate sheet titled Dashboard, we create a panel from Excel vector shapes. All gradient colors are shown on the screen, as well as their direction and position parameters. We move the combined chart to a new sheet, to the panel for further decoration of the data visualization block. We add an oval and create an inner shadow to create a depth effect on the panel. We optimize the size of the circle relative to the size of the pie chart. We move the circle with the inner shadow to the background and center it under the chart. We create another circle with an outer shadow and gradient fill. We place the smaller circle above the chart, strictly in the center. For this, we use alignment tools. We add a text label, and in the formula bar, reference the cell to display its respective values. We copy the chart with all its decorative elements. We copy the table to create a second chart. We change the links to the source values for the second chart. We set new colors and gradients. We create a mini database table for selecting source values for the week. Based on the mini database, we create a pivot table to select values by days. Using links, we connect the final values of the pivot table to the source values of the charts. Based on the pivot table, we create a data visualization block control element using a slicer. We design the appearance and design of the slicer panel. We test the functionality of the entire data visualization panel with a block of buttons for selecting values by days.